So far we have a nice light being projected onto our box, but we really don't have the effects that a Batman searchlight would have, like you see in the Batman movies. So let's continue by selecting the source of our spotlight again, if it's not already selected. And in this case, we're going to unroll the atmosphere and effects rollout. And we're going to add a volume light. And now let's render that to see what effect it has on the perspective viewport. And wow, we have a nice bright spotlight or searchlight shining, but it shines through the box. We'll fix that in the next step. Okay, to fix the problem of our searchlight shining through our box, we need to adjust a variable on the light called the far attenuation. So to adjust the far attenuation variables of our light, let's first be sure we choose the source of our spotlight. Make sure the modifier tab is selected. And we're going to unroll the intensity color attenuation rollout. And we're going to manipulate this rollout until we can see the far attenuation values. And you want to make sure you check the Use box so that it is checked. Now we want to adjust the attenuation, the far attenuation. And you should notice some little indicators in the beam of your spotlight. Let's first adjust the end attenuation. Right now it's set to like 100, but let's just scroll until we see the indicator for the end of the far attenuation go slightly through our box. Next, let's continue by adjusting the start value of the far attenuation. I'm going to suggest you use approximately 75% of whatever the end value is. In this case, 300 should be approximate enough. And let's render our perspective viewport again to see what effect changing the far attenuation values has had on our project. And that should look much better. The light doesn't shine completely through the box anymore. You can continue to tweak the far attenuation values until you get the desired effect of the spotlight shining onto the box. You can also tweak the effect of the spotlight by adjusting the volume light under the atmosphere and effects rollout. So click on the volume light and choose setup, and let's manipulate this dialog box until we can see the density under the volume light parameters rollout. If it's not rolled out, you can do that so you can see it. And let's adjust the density to 2. See what effect that may have on our rendering. Again, you can see it changes the appearance of the beam of the searchlight. Again, that's something you can experiment with and tweak until you get the desired effect of your Batman searchlight. At this point, once you have it adjusted the way that suits your needs, you should probably save this rendering, and we're going to save this as a JPEG, and we'll call this one BatmanLight 2. Another tweak you might try is to adjust the target of your spotlight. I've zoomed in on my top viewport, and I'm going to move the target indicator of my spotlight till it touches the box a little better. Maybe even shines through a little bit. And now I'll try to re-render my perspective viewport. And that gives me a light that I like a lot better than from before.